For a Standard Kingdom chapter, this one got me pretty hype, I am not going to lie. Started off well with some good character moments for Heki, and a nice little back and forth between Shin and Ouhon. That was a bit annoying, but also fitting, given how their dynamic has been progressing so far. Don't want to make it feel forced, but it could have used a bit more mutual respect to give that little added sense of extra progression to keep you interested in where their dynamic will go in the near future. But before I get to those moments, I just got to say, the grudges these dudes hold, you can tell they're on demon time, like that Okihauken moment. Seeing Benanji revel in just the thought of chaos and revenge, the way Benanji's pride and hunger for violence is shown is always dope as hell. And this one was my favorite example of it yet. And even Shun Suiju, not forgetting for a second that he's got unfinished business. Usually you can't take Zhao shit talking seriously, but this was cold, especially after we got the back and forth showing they're supposedly not underestimating Qin this time. To even see Futi's bitch ass give his respect and show worry is satisfying as hell, given their vomit-inducing arrogance Zhao typically has. For all the negatives that aspect of Zhao brings, it really adds weight to moments like this, especially since the outcome is unclear and Qin might actually lose. This time, it defiantly feels tense and refreshing, to say the least, which made it all the more hype that we got, all that just for Zhao, to still be confident that they're gonna pub stomp. This war is finna be some gas, I can tell. Shibashu showing up at the end was also the perfect cherry on top to Zha's discussion. Great job by Hera at making me this invested in Zhao. After we fought them for so long, to the point of kind of getting sick of them, I can wait for Shibashu to show out. Man's out here saying, let's finish this light work real quick so we can go back home, chill and watch some TV. Like, what is this nigga on Mangeese? But like I said before, that we get some nice character moments as well, ones that fit the chapter as they ultimately give off the same message. But I did like the little interactions in between. Heki 1 in particular was very nice. Really liked how vivid the bad conditions of the prison were shown. It's nice to see Zhao's hatred for Qin shown in little ways. Just to remind you, the shit Qin has done matters, and seeing how much Heki went through was very necessary, given he's had similar character moments in Western Zhou and Jian arcs, which left me a tad bit disappointed since I wanted something a little new from Heki. But at the same time, what was shown was done very well. Did a good job of showing off the best parts of Heki's character. You see the struggle. So he still maintains that average Joe like the rest of us feel to him. But his resolve shown through here, arguably even more than it did in Western Zhao, because he did have a great moment then. But this prolonged torture is something different. It's like listening to Sleepy Joe. You can also tell what he went through in Western Zhao is directly responsible for how resolved he is, and even little things like his selflessness, which is always great to see from Heki. When he mentioned how they must do this to honor their fallen comrades, he really doesn't take things for granted. Very wholesome from him. And him mentioning how this is their own unique fight. He used to be very, very insecure about his lack of ability, but here he is acknowledging the fact that everyone is important and has their role to play. And as a soldier, that should be your sole focus. Good stuff from Heki. And then there's the Ouhon and Shin interaction, which is undoubtedly the most controversial part of the chapter. And I get it. You can defiantly make the argument their dynamic has been developing at a painfully slow rate, and their talk at Western Zhao, followed by their interaction in the Kochu arc, would have made for solid buildup to see it progress, if even just a little more, even though it'd be hard to even imagine what that'd be like. But I do like how Shin can now reliably get him to talk to him in a serious, respecting your rival kind of way when the topic is about some serious shit. The little bickering was funny as hell, as it usually is. And I liked when Shin mentioned Ouhon's son and he's not desperately sucking up to him, trying to get his approval or anything while still trying to be a good friend. And I enjoyed it. Moments like this show how far Shin's maturity has come, for sure. Overall, the chapter got me really hyped up and also reminded me again how much I've grown to like Heki's character. Ouhon stuff was a bit disappointing, but had its upsides. And the rest of the chapter was straight gas. So solid chapter overall. Maybe it could have used a bit more Ouhon hype, as the lack of Ouhon hype after such a major war like Western Zhao was pretty pathetic by Hera, but I am super excited to get such a high-level war